Breaking news, a January 6th rioter who said he was following Donald Trump's marching orders when he stormed the Capitol was just sentenced to more than 4 years behind bars at a dramatic hearing. Prosecutors argued that Ed Badalian wanted to arrest then President-elect Joe Biden and then Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. According to his indictment, he drove a rented van across the country packed with a respirator, masks, snow goggles, knee pads, and baseball helmets. NBC's Ryan Riley is covering this story for us from the D.C. federal courthouse. He wrote a new book that digs into this case, Sedition Hunters, How January 6th Broke the Justice System. So, Ryan, this sentencing literally just happened. Tell us about it.
It was really quite dramatic. Ed Badalian continues to believe even now that he can arrest traitors. Actually, after his sentencing his conviction back in April, I spoke with him immediately after the verdict, and he was explaining to me how he thought he could arrest Nancy Pelosi and what he wanted to arrest her for. Take a listen.
Any person has a right to arrest anyone if they see them committing a crime, or if they have knowledge of them committing a crime.
What were you going to arrest Nancy Pelosi for on January 6th?
Suspicion of knowing.
Suspicion of what?
That type of interference.
Suspicion of knowing about the
election interference, yeah.
So during this sentencing hearing, he was very defiant with the judge. He interrupted her at least a dozen times, probably more than 2 dozen, and was saying that his way of protecting the Capitol, quote, that day was by arresting the traitors, and saying that arresting traitors wouldn't protect the Capitol. So that's what he was proclaiming during this sentencing. Nonetheless, the judge ultimately sentenced Ed Badalian to less than what prosecutors wanted. Prosecutors were seeking more than 10 years in federal prison, saying that he was especially just as complicit as his co-defendant, as one of his co-defendants, who drove a stun gun into Officer Mike Fanone's neck that day. But the judge here decided that despite his defiant behavior, his category was a lot less than what the prosecutors were seeking here, and said that a lower range would be more applicable, ultimately sentencing him to 51 months in federal prison, or a bit over 4 years ultimately. So he'll be out of commission for at least the next presidential election. But of course, Donald Trump has said that he would pardon many, if not all, of these January 6 defendants, more than 1,100 at this point. So that's all going to be. So we're all going to have to see what happens down the line with that as this January 6 investigation continues to roll on, Chris.